the third installment dedicated to the Bahr's role in our series. We're looking into this and trying to make it as clearly as possible. White to play and draw. Now, the elements of the Bahr's rule, the system Bahr, to understanding this, when we're having the 2 pawns on a rook's file, now black is having the king and the extra passed pawn on the B. Now, we know as soon as white must push the H pawn to F4, you must push this guy because you're going to be stopping the black pawn from moving down. So now the pawns, even if black had played right in front of the white pawn, we know it's a draw because we're drawing now a virtual diagonal intersecting the bishop's column. And when we're moving, bouncing to the left-hand side of the board, as we're looking at now, the black pawn is, so to speak, outside of this borderline. Or if you flip the board, let me just flip the board, the white pawn is, the black pawn is simply above the borderline, as you could see here, guys. So let me flip the board one more time. Okay, so we played the H4. Again, H5 wouldn't have done nothing to helping black to winning because of the said reason. So we've got this one and the practicality of it. Of course, black played H6. Well, it doesn't make a difference. We actually know we draw. So we're simply keeping the king closer to this guy on G6. We're going to remove it. If the king's repeating, the threefold repetition, and then we're going to draw, not a problem here. There is absolutely no way for them to forcing any win. Going towards the H file, they're going to capture, of course, but then again, it's impossible for them to pushing successfully this guy. So now look at this one. That's how we played. Opposing, behind the pawn. Opposing, behind the pawn. Opposing, behind the pawn. Or in front of the pawn if you want to flip the board. Alright, so let me flip the board again. Going to attacking, and now we're going to do a threefold repetition, or we're going to remove the pawn. So then again, guys, let me do a very quick reset of the things here. Pawns are stuck in the middle, draw diagonal to the other side of the board. You notice that the pawn is outside of the borderline, so it's a draw. I hope that clarifies maybe a bit more. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, fellas.